Hey everybody, and welcome back to Building 61's virtual show and tell. My name is Adam.
My name is Zach.
My name is Emily.
We got a program for you tonight. We're excited to have Emily showing us some cool stuff. We've got some other guests coming online, we think, here. They haven't arrived at the backstage yet, but waiting for them now. What's new? What's new in Maker World? We've been working on the CNC machine last week.
And only two water leaks so far, damaging that brand new bed on the CNC machine. So that's good. It's 2020, so that's how things go.
It was raining ash in Boulder a day ago, and now it's raining snow. It's snowing here in Boulder. It's a winter wonderland, as you can tell by Zach's regalia.
Now I get it. Thank you. Thank you, Adam.
Oh,
it was
sorry.
a little lost on me. I was like, I don't know why, but now I understand.
What are you talking about? This is how I dress every day that it snows, but it is snowing, and I thought in recognition of that, I would, bundle up.
That makes sense.
September 8th, and winter is here.
I have, I think I figured out we sent everybody the wrong link, but I'm communicating with everybody, so there's people coming. In the meantime, I feel like M's got some tincture of some sort to talk about.
Something like that. It's not a tincture, but it is something that you would do with herbs. So I am on the Instagram. And Tracy of B Chicas had a post recently about how she was distilling lavender.
Mm-hmm.
And I was super excited about it because I have lavender, and every year I'm like, I can't drink that much lavender tea. It would probably kill me. So I don't really know what to do with it, but it's really beautiful, and the bees love it, which is really great. But when I saw Tracy's video, I was just so extra stoked to like add another skill to my quiver. So here is some of my lavender hydrosol. This is a full jar, and this is probably a third or a quarter of the distillate that I processed from my lavender. So I'm going to show you the equipment that you need for this. It's probably some things that you already have in your home, and you too can start distilling things.
Sweet.
Maybe herbs.
Things.
Maybe some other things. I don't know. I haven't tried. I've just tried lavender. That's all I know. But
Could you distill hand sanitizer? Yeah.
I mean, yes. It wouldn't take that long because I mean, I think it's mostly like, high octane already. But I mean, you should try it. You should try it tonight if you want.
I'd love to.
We have the capability already in our own house.
You do. You have the capability already to definitely make lavender hydrosol if you have lavender or any other fresh herbs that are, kind of stinky. Thyme would be really exciting. Oregano, which grows wonderfully here, would be another amazing thing to try distilling into a hydrosol. So I'm going to show you the equipment, and then I'm going to show you something special about the label that I also made in just a minute. So the equipment you will need to distill a hydrosol from really stinky herbs is going to be a rather large pot. And
you never have too much pot, really.
I mean, like big pot.
Oh, right, large.
Yeah. And then a stainless steel container that's kind of round on the bottom that doesn't quite fit inside or fits perfectly inside. It needs to sit on top. What you're going to do is you're going to, day before maybe, mostly fill it with water, put it in the freezer. That's your job the day before. And what you're going to do is you're going to fill this pot probably a bit with some stinky herbs. What you're going to want to do then is move those herbs around to where you can set a bowl. Oh, that's weird. Oh, look at that. It's not a green screen, but it kind of is. You're gonna make it into a donut shape in the bottom to where you can put this bowl inside of it. So you're just gonna have herbs, and then you're gonna have, which are lower than the level of your bottom bowl. And you're gonna put this inside, so it's gonna be surrounded by herbs. Then you're gonna put a little bit of water on it. You might need to put a little bit of water in the bowl to weigh it down so it's not floating. So then on top of that bowl, you're gonna have your catch. Oh, look at that green screen.
Whoa.
Sorry, I need to fix. I don't have a green screen. I had a green
No,
screen.
that's some glaze. I hope
Yeah,
that we can talk about that later.
These are both bowls that I made. P.S. It's Studio Arts Boulder.
Nice.
Interesting.
They're okay. They're okay. I love them and I use them a lot. I learned a lot from them too. Anyway, so then you'll put your second bowl on top of the bowl that's gonna like sort of hold it above the herbs in the water.
Okay.
So now you have herbs up to like, I don't know, here, and water up to here. You want to make sure that the herbs in the water don't boil up over into this. You want to make sure that that's clear. So just a bit of herbs, water, and then this goes in, that's in the bowl. Then on top, you're going to take your frozen ice in the bowl, and you're going to put it on top, and you're going to have it a little bit off kilter because the bottom of this is flat. And you don't want it to drip in lots and lots and lots of areas. You want it to drip in like one little spot to go into that bowl. So you put that all on the stove on probably your smallest burner on a really low flame. Just make sure it doesn't blow out because it's going to be on for quite a while. That is going to slowly start to raise the temperature, and everything that's very volatile, the essential oils and the hydrosols, the water solubles, will start to condense on that cold bowl and drip down on that low spot into the bowl.
And that's your condenser.
That's your condenser.
I see.
And so
very cool.
You want to watch that ice so that when it is totally melted, you can make sure that you're always, but you want a little bit of ice in there, I think, before you're finished, because you don't want to have hot water and then everything just start to come out. So you want this to still be cold when you're finished. Turn off the flame, squeegee your bowl as best you can, and then collect that that bowl and put it in something that you can quickly lid up. And you'll actually see the essential oils on the surface. We're not doing something really fine-tuned. It's a little bit crude. So you're going to get your essential oils and your hydrosols all together.
I see. So Emily, is that, I feel like you're a survivalist, and it makes me wonder, is that similar to like I don't know what you call it. It's sort of like a evaporation catcher, where if you've got no other means for collecting fresh water out in the wild, one thing you can do is sort of spread out a bit of a tarp that collects usually like when the ground warms and the air is still cool in the morning. It'll pull everything down and it'll condense and put that into it like a conical shape, and then you drip that into a water catcher. Sort of a similar concept, right?
Yep, that's right. Yeah. And so I've done a little bit of research. Lavender hydrosol isn't, it is antimicrobial. It seems from the research that I've read that it's really best for keeping products from getting moldy or bacterial problems. Maybe not the best for hands, but things like thyme or oregano might be a better choice if you want to make a DIY hand sanitizer from your backyard.
Yeah, and we should probably say that there's like lots of really bad hand sanitizers out there right now, and if you don't know what you're doing, you probably shouldn't do it. So be very careful.
Right. Yeah, and it would be really nice to have like a community lab that you could test some of these things on, just as an idea. Yeah, and I also made the label on our vinyl cutter, and you can see that there's still this clear thing on top because these letters have bits inside, like this O has a little bit that needs to stay there. And that's why there's this clear thing on top of it. This sticker was cut. Some of these pieces were taken out. And then when you peel it off, all of those center parts will still be there. So that's a little...
a little vinyl cutter action there.
Yeah. Very
Very
satisfying like piece of
Yeah, I waited till just now for the big reveal.
That's very slick. Very slick.
It's awesome.
Good stuff. Also, Emma, I feel like your lavender collection is an excellent sleep aid. Is that right? At times, it's
very relaxing.
In stressful times, that's a little bit of aromatherapy that I think like is legitimately good. You made us all a little pillow sort of fresh lavender, and I just can't sleep without it. It's like a little bit of bourbon and some of that lavender, and I'm out like a baby.
I'm so glad I'm with you every night.
Amazing. That's awesome. Let's do that together. Not bourbon and lavender naps, but make some of that distillation.
Let's distill together.
Let's distill it together. The family that distills together distills together.
It's awesome. Making it home, It's just all the parts he had were ready to go.
That's it. So show us those fancy bowls that you made there again.
Oh yeah. Let me see if I can turn off my green screen. There we go.
No. Keep the green screen on. I want to know what that. I want to know what that. Okay. I want to know what that magical glaze is.
I mean, this one's a combination. I have a feeling someone backstage might be able to identify some of these. But here is. This was my first love.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, I experimented with some, and then I did this one, and I was like, oh my god, that's amazing. That's the only glaze I'll ever use, glaze combination. And then, I experimented some more, and I'm like, no, this one's amazing. This is the only combination I'll ever use, which is the best thing to say over and over and over again. This is really cool because in the kiln, this didn't get a reduction. There was too much oxygen, and so these colors are super, super muted. But there was another piece that was in the same kiln with the same glazes that I should have brought because I didn't know we were going to talk about this, and it is vibrant. It's a completely different color story than this one.
I also like that one. It looks like there's still a little bit of milk in the bottom of the bowl, and that probably buys you some time before you actually have to wash it, which is kind of key at my house.
Yeah, you just don't even know how dirty you are.
So what if there were someone we could talk to about how you got involved in making those bowls? Emily, who could we possibly talk to?
Perhaps Katie.
Katie who? Katie Co!
Hi, guys.
Oh, she's in the garden.
Salutations.
Hi, Emily. I haven't seen you in ages.
I know. I've been holed up inside the house for some reason.
Wait, unacceptable. I can't see Katie Coke. Can everyone else see Katie Coke?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh man, I can't tell you how bummed out I am. It's just like, it's just blacked out. Hi, Katie Coke. I can't see you.
What, Zach? Maybe it's because I joined again from my phone.
If they can see you, I think if the world can see you, then we're good. We're good to go.
Okay.
I'll check the YouTubes real quick. Make sure this is a thing. Yeah, we're good. We're good.
Oh, it's just me.
Katie. Yeah. So Katie, tell us about where you work.
I work at a small studio on the hill. It's called Studio Arts Boulder, and our facility is called the Boulder Potter Lab. It's a very old historic building, and if you've been around Boulder, you probably know it. It used to be an old firehouse, and now we're a fully functioning pottery studio. Nonprofit organization, Studio Arts Boulder, took it over in 2015, excuse me.
2015 is when Studio Arts Boulder started?
that's when the organization Studio Arts Boulder took over management of the Pottery Lab, which was formerly a Boulder Parks and Recs program.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, little known fact. So at the studio, I've been working there for about 3 years now, and at the studio, I run all of our community our community outreach programs. So I'm kind of like the traveling pottery teacher, and now, well, before COVID, we had about 29 different programs that were functioning all the time, and we had teachers out in the field all the time, and those have slowed a little bit since COVID, but we're doing a lot of virtual things, and we've got some exciting things on the horizon. So, yeah.
Cool. What kind of virtual programs are you have going on right now?
So we have one starting in September that I'll be doing. It's kind of a spin-off of 2 virtual programs that we started in March, right as the shutdown happened. We called it Kitchen Clay with Katie, and I actually did hand building projects out of my own kitchen here. We did projects like this. I picked all my sunflowers yesterday because I didn't want them to freeze. This is a hand-built slab vase, and we made little salt and pepper shakers. You can see this is a little salt and pepper shaker.
Nice.
And Zach was in the class as well.
Look at my salt and pepper shakers. This is like the only thing I've like successfully hand built.
Those
you
are
got your
clay.
corks. Good.
Yeah, I got corks. I got corks because all of the salt and pepper kept falling out without them. And I am pleased to say that my salt and pepper shakers, they will variously salt and pepper food.
Excellent. So good to hear.
Mission accomplished, Zach.
It was great, and the class was really well done and really well organized. And
Thank you.
Katie, you did some videos for that, right?
Oh yeah, I felt like COVID was a weird time because I'm a pottery teacher, and so I don't know that much about the virtual world, and I got really, really familiar with YouTube and editing videos and listening to my own voice over and over and over again. So, yeah, it was interesting. And then we did a kids class, a kids virtual class, kids kitchen clay with Katie. That was ridiculously hard because you can think of like 25 like 4-year-olds on Zoom with their parents trying to make a fairy house or something.
Oh wow.
And the kids aren't muted and just like I don't know. But it's been a totally cool learning experience, a different way of looking at things, and we're continuing a lot of our community outreach programs virtually as well. We work with a lot of other nonprofits in the Boulder area.
So do folks have supplies at home that they're working with when they're a part of these classes? Is that how that works?
For a lot of them, we arranged a pickup of clay, and like they'd get a bag of clay and then a very simple like wooden tool, kind of like a wooden skewer almost, and then something to cut the clay with. And I was making those out of string and beads. And then mostly the kitchen clay was designed to do it, to be able to do it in your own kitchen. So we had the option of using a rolling pin, but I was able to show people how to roll out what we call a slab, which is like a flat piece of clay without a rolling pin, and then just like using newspaper and a paintbrush from your house or a pencil or credit card, other different tools you can use that you can find in your own kitchen. Cool.
What do you think of the biggest challenge for folks at home, like when they're going over Zoom to doing this? Like, is there any like sticking points? I mean, I feel like when we're trying to figure out how to like transmit knowledge over these platforms, especially because so much of what we've based the space on is just physical making, we like run into things like that all the time.
That's a great question. So really, I mean, it was at first definitely difficult for me to anticipate what students were going to have trouble with, because I am so used to teaching and being right there, and it's so second nature to just go over and like to see somebody in person doing something incorrectly maybe and then be able to correct it on the spot, rather than like have them bring the piece back weeks later and I'm like, oh well, that could have been a little different. I think the biggest challenge, and I learned so much from this. I think the biggest challenge was getting students to not roll their pieces too thin, and then and then getting them to understand the drying process, especially with something that's hand built or altered. As Emily, pottery clay is extremely finicky, and things tend to crack if they're like warped weird, or if you touch them weird, and you don't let them dry slow enough. So I think just I learned a lot about the process that people had to do at home, basically. So that was difficult, but definitely learned a lot, and I'm excited for the next round of the kitchen clay for that reason.
Nice. How do people? Where do people find sign up for that, Katie?
Oh, you can go to our website.
I just posted the website.
studioartsboulder.org.
Yeah. God, I just posted that in the comments for everybody watching.
There it is.
And
Look
then
at that.
just go to our
Oh.
homepage, and you'll see our adult programs, and you'll see something that says virtual programs as well. So we are doing in-person classes as well, if anybody is curious. We're at half capacity right now, so normally we have 22 wheels downstairs, and right now we have space just enough for 10 if everybody is spaced out, and everybody gets their own separate workstation, no shared tools. We've taken away all of our communal tools, and we spray everything down and sanitize everything every 2 hours, and we're just doing it a lot different. Emily, you would find it very different looking in the studio right now, but. So we are doing in-person classes. We're also trying to offer virtual as well. And people are really doing a lot of both. So
That's great.
yeah.
I'm sure it's really helpful for a lot of people to be able to just concentrate on clay.
Seriously, it's like a super cathartic experience, like from start to finish.
Yeah, I've been before, March. I was probably a continuous student for a year and a half, like every single and it was a very sacred time. Like it's really important. It was really important to me to be able to go into this class, not be responsible for things, and just be able to concentrate on a craft. I think we can all really relate to that. Being makers is I don't know. It's beautiful. I'm sure it's probably helping a lot of people.
Now is the time to make, like, experiment, get your hands dirty. If you've got more time on your hands than ever, that project that you've been putting off for years because you just didn't have time, there's no excuse now.
Just do it.
Just get it done. Yeah.
And having something scheduled on your calendar where, like, the emergencies don't really need to come invade, like Twitter can just be quiet for a second. And yeah, I think it's really, studio arts is it's a really important part of our community.
And Katie, do you guys have any big events coming up that we can look forward to?
Yes, actually, this coming weekend we have our annual Chili Bowl and Fall Pottery Sale. So
please tell me that is like that you get a bowl and it's full of chili.
Normally, yes. So normally the way we would do it, it's every September, we get 12 to 15 different restaurants to do a chili cook-off, and you get a bowl. You buy a bowl from us for $20, and you get 5 tastings, and you vote on your favorite restaurant. It's super fun. This year, we are still keeping the chili aspect, but you have to get it we're doing frozen pints, and we have 6 different restaurants participating this year.
I'm still there. Is one of those restaurants McDevitt?
Yes.
Okay, I'm there. I'm super there.
Yes. In case you want to know, everybody, we have McDevitt, we have the Corner, we have the Kitchen. Provisions. They're not Black Cat anymore. Or excuse me, Black Cat Provisions. Not Black Cat Farm anymore. It's Black Cat Provisions, and Meals on Wheels, and Mateo Restaurant Provincial, and Dugabi. So there'll be a variety of chilies. Dugabi has notoriously won every single year, so excited for that.
I haven't had that
but
one.
Yeah, we'll be giving away frozen pints because we are doing an in-person fundraising event, but we're just trying to encourage social distancing, and we're not having people really hang out. You're encouraged to get your chili and your bowl and kind of peruse our pottery sale, and then we'll have a live painter there as well, which is really exciting.
Cool. That's very Boulder. And that's up at the studio on the hill, Katie.
Actually, it is not. This year we decided to, because we wanted it to be more open, just because we thought people would be more comfortable not being in an enclosed building. We actually are hosting it at our new expansion facility, which has not actually been built yet. So it's out by the Diagonal Crossing Apartments. The address is 3750 Canfield Street, which is quite difficult to find on the map, but when you're driving out on 119, it's right there, right before you get to J Road.
Cool.
And
Yeah.
so we're doing it under a big tent instead, just to kind of encourage some more open air.
Sounds good. That is bikeable distance for me, and I hope I'm not biking in the snow.
The weather is supposed to be 75 and perfect all weekend.
There you go.
Thanks,
Excellent.
Boulder.
Yeah, no excuses. Katie, that's awesome. Thank you so much for.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Of course, thank you for being here, and thanks for doing everything that you do
Yeah.
for the maker community, and being an awesome teacher and adapting in the COVID times, and inspiring a bunch of people to do something that's actually like really practical and useful. Though I tend to break most of my awesome handmade coffee mugs, but you know, that means that there's a market for people to make more. Yeah, exactly.
I love the cereal bowl that Emily made me. It's one of my
Oh.
favorite things.
That makes
Awesome.
me so happy.
Katie, thanks. We'll
Yeah,
check in
thank
with
you.
for the next big event.
Okay.
Ciao. Thank you. Bye. Oh man,
Super
what
cool.
an awesome person. She's such a good person. She's such a good teacher. She's so modest and giving, and like she's actually excellent. I get to stop by the studio, Emily. What was I doing? Oh, I was dropping off probably the world's finest salt and pepper shakers, and and she gave me a brief tour because there were students there, and I kind of saw the space for the first time. It's a beautiful old firehouse, I think, and it's just sort of a cathedral type space. Like it's very sort of church-like in the ways that you were mentioning.
You know, you'd shown me those salt and pepper shakers over Zoom calls like on 2 or 3 occasions, but without any context.
Okay.
So I was like,
so
into salt and pepper.
Here you go. I don't know. Here's a live demo for.
Oh,
look,
I see some
that's-
pepper.
Oh yeah.
Potentially. It works.
That's some
Excellent.
pepper. And wait, check this one out. Look at this. You're never gonna guess what comes out of this one. Nothing. Because it pours out so fast that it's already empty.
Get your sodium intake for the day.
It's a prototype. It's prototype. It's iteration. You know,
Yeah.
design words.
Learning.
Design words. We know what we're talking about. I'm just gonna go to the trash can with all of this salt and pepper.
You don't have any like just eggs sitting out that you could
I could make some eggs live, but
Put it
I
in
feel
your
like
pocket for later, just in case.
I feel like there's
Pocket eggs.
there are important people in the wings. And while I would love to do a live egg frying demo, I'm wondering who probably makes like at least 12 eggs per day to feed her amazing family. Could it be? Oh, it's the Luna family. What's up, y'all?
Hi.
Hello, friends.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi. How are you? How you guys doing?
We're great. It's Christmas already. I don't know if you guys have been outside, but we're all wearing our.
Yeah, it's really
Well,
cool.
Tupac, do you like this?
That's a pretty cool swagger. Interesting.
Thank you. Atson, I knew you would love it the most. How are you guys doing? What's happening these days?
Not much, but good.
Busy with school, mostly.
Yeah.
You're back in school, so I'm fortunate to not be directly involved in school right now. But tell us, how are things going? It's all remote. It's some in person. What's happening?
Everything's online.
Everything is online. Yeah.
Okay, so that's just like your normal lives because you were basically born with a phone attached to your faces. So is this better, worse? How would you rate this this school experience so far this year? It's just maybe a couple weeks old.
I mean, I would rather be in person, but I think they're doing a good job being
Yeah,
That's good to hear. Tupac, you think so?
yeah, I was thinking that.
Rather be in person?
Yeah, it's
Yeah. Because you don't get to hang out with your buds, right?
yeah,
And we don't get to hang out with you either. We miss you guys all the time.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's been like a million years.
Yeah. Feels like especially because we used to be there all the time.
You were there pretty much almost every program that we had, and you taught so many programs that we had.
Yes.
But Adriana, so we're working on some stuff for you right now. Tell us about what just happened. You have a new program you're launching, and we're helping you do some stuff, but we don't really know the details. What's that all about?
Yes, this is a grant. It's a grant that I applied for the art education grant program, and I was granted. So we're working on doing some textile art for the Latinx community mostly. Well, it's like a 3 or 4 different organizations that I will be working with this art project. We will be doing with the a QETSA program, that is a program from CEU, usually runs on in the summer, but because everything with the pandemic and everything was kind of delayed, even if it was on the summer, we will be working on fall with this art project specifically. And also, I'm going to be working with the Safe House Progressive Alliance of for Nonviolence, and they're working also with another organization that will be joining, that is El Paso movement. So in Natural Highs, that is a Natural Highs, it is a program for teens in order to prevent alcohol and drug use. So we're working art, like focusing in identity, healing, and like building your own skills. How do you express all that?
Is there anything you're not doing while you're raising 3 brilliant children?
Well, that's a big task.
It's too easy to list. There's so many things that you are doing. Did you guys bring some show and tell items for us to look at today, or was there a slideshow maybe, or both?
From a slideshow, and also we have something to show in person.
Well, you guys, what do you want to show us
Yeah.
first? It's you have the stage. It's all yours.
Well, so I didn't say that me first. So something that I have been working also, it was like I did call the community and I asked them like, what would you like to keep and to preserve after the pandemic finished? That we don't know when this is gonna happen.
Right?
True.
What do you
October. I heard it'll be over in October.
Want? Oh, okay. For Halloween.
That's
Yes.
what they say. Yeah.
Really just want Halloween to go off without a hitch.
Yeah,
Important. Don't know if it's gonna happen.
Yeah. And I asked also like what they will like to change after this is over. And a lot of people were bringing their ideas, and most of them were talking about like environmental care and also taking care of the environment, and also like helping bringing more the community together and things like that. So each of these weavings are telling like a little story about what people wish or decide, wish to change or wish to preserve. So we do have like a few of them.
I see Atson's got a BLM one. Can you hold up that first one? We just switched you guys over to full screen. That one's pretty solid.
This
Yes.
one here.
And the one with the very first one that you held up, Adriana, would you hold that up one more time?
Yes.
Yeah, that's
This
really
was
well done.
actually inspired in what Atsin wrote. Like he was
Atson can write?
Excuse me. Of course I can.
She's so talented.
Yes, it is.
She's a dancer. She's a comedian.
So we got like a bunch of them. So it's like,
Wow, that's awesome.
A gallery show's worth.
yeah, hopefully, eventually.
Yeah, that's really well done. So, Atson, did you kind of take the lead on that project? You said show mine first. Is that a project that you are personally close to?
Not really. It was just mostly my mom. She sent us like a few questions, so we answered the questions, and then based off of that, she tried to interpret what we said into this.
And it was based on some writing that you did.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit more about that? Like, what inspired you to do the writing? Was this schoolwork, or was it something that you were just sort of curious about and found out yourself?
It was like, what do we want to change after the experience of the pandemic? Like, being helping the community and getting closer and helping like the environment and everything, and what we want to change, and like some of the things that we also learned, like we're closer to our families and we're figuring things out differently and trying to make like a new version of normal.
And a new and improved version of normal. I like that idea.
I look forward to better normal. That sounds great. I don't like present normal at all.
Yeah. Yes,
And previous normal wasn't that awesome either.
That's true.
It
Room
really wasn't
for
that great.
improvement. There's lots of room for improvement.
yeah.
Lots.
That's really cool. What else do you guys have?
Well, I've been doing some painting. I have like a project where I decided to paint like decks of cards into characters from a TV show. So
Cool.
here are some examples. I have like that one.
Oh wow, these are all like custom painted.
Yeah.
I, like, sketch them out and then here's some other
Yes.
Nice. Got some Marceline. Got some baby Finn. Some Adventure Time.
Still have a lot of them to do. I have to do all of these. I mean, some of them are like halfway through, and others are.
There's one for every week of the year. I think that's a perfect project.
Yeah.
That's true.
That's awesome. And also, it never occurred to me that there's 52 cards and 52 weeks in a year. That's
Same.
oddly coincidental.
Same.
Do you know why?
You're gonna make something up.
Because the calendar was just made on a bet. It was by L. Ron Hubbard. It was just like,
Gosh,
I bet
Zach.
you. He was playing a game of cards, and he said, I bet you I can invent an annual calendar. It's nothing to do with solar calendars, but let's get back to the Lunas.
Lunar calendar.
The Luna calendar.
Yeah.
What else has been on the Luna? Oh, this is I think this is something I've been wanting to see. What is this? Tupac.
We get
Tupac. What
I
is
know what
this?
that is. I know what that is.
Yes. It is something that really doesn't work the way that it shows on TV.
It takes a lot more than we thought.
It's a three doodler. It might have a different. Is that the three doodler brand, or is that sort of different name but same thing?
It is a tree doodle brand that is. I think they do have like this, like for small kids, and this is supposed to be for teens and adults.
What? How do they figure that? They just make it look cooler, or do they make it like unaffected, like hipster? Is there a mustache on it, or is it right a fixie?
Also, like this one gets a lot hotter.
Oh, I see.
This one is like safer for the kids.
A little better.
It's very hard to use.
Yeah.
Tupac,
But it has
Tu-
some fun. And you
Tupac,
have a
is
lot
it?
of elements that you have to be fitting on, so it's like something that probably they should switch like from a different way to fit the filament. I don't know.
That looks really cool. So that's I hear something of the designer in all of you saying that you're looking at this tool that you're using and you're thinking about ways to improve it. Is that right? Ways that it might be improved.
Yeah.
But I want to see those awesome name pieces again. Yeah, hold those up for a second. That's bring it towards the camera lens. There we go.
Nice.
So good.
Tupac,
like-
that's awesome.
I like the gradient.
Yes.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's amazing.
And you just gotta hold still for like 20 hours and build layer by layer, like you're just a 3D printer.
Yeah, we
So-
were thinking like, oh, we won't need the 3D printers anymore.
Right.
Now we
No, you
And,
just need one person with like literally nothing else to do for 8 hours at a time.
and if you're like a 3D printer, you'll give up at the 7-hour and 30-minute mark.
You'll run out of filament, or the power will shut off, or the city IT department will reboot your network. Thanks,
But
city
I
IT.
guess being the human version of it though, you can pick up where you left off. The computer, it's like we're in the G code, we're in 10,000 lines of code. Did it stop? You're just game over. You gotta go again.
Wow. If only 3D printers had a recovery mode for less than $30,000, that would be outstanding.
Right.
So, how many times? I'm curious. How many times did you guys burn each other? And out of those times, how many times were an accident, and how many times were on purpose?
We're not mean like that. We don't do it on purpose.
No,
I feel like there's some denial in the room.
My hand to sue her.
That's awesome. I think that's the most successful work I've ever seen come out of one of those things.
And the least amount of injuries.
That's true. You all look good. Everyone still has most of their hair. What else? Anything else you guys have to show us?
The slides.
Oh, the
oh
slides.
yeah, the slides.
Yeah, we do
It's
have.
amazing.
We won. Did you hear about the home wanted and stay at home contest or something?
No, say it again. What is it?
It is a program from Boulder County that is Home Wanted, and they did this together at home, like juntos en casa, either in English or Spanish, and you're supposed to send like something like a poem or a piece of art or
Oh, yeah.
something.
I did
Just
hear
put
about
the
that.
link up. Yep.
We did send like a small video about what we have been doing, like cooking and celebrating birthdays and like making art, and like Tupac did something similar like this one that he like an art gift for the community.
yeah.
So he brought it into the park and like stone painting to put some places to say like to cheer up the people in this painful time, right? And we were one of the winners from this contest.
Whoa.
We didn't
No
even
way.
know about the
Nice.
contest, so it was like great.
Whoa! Congratulations.
I think Maxine is trying to share the slides, but I'm not.
So on mine says it's sharing. I don't know if you
Oh, yep. Looks like
They will
There you
add you
go.
in here.
Yeah, for this year. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Oh,
I
the
don't
fourth.
know, like the picture that it was. In the,
We can see it great, guys.
And
Okay.
So you want to narrate?
Oh, this one is a board game I made in the summer camp accident night we were in, and what I made was a Harry Potter board game about the game of Quidditch in Harry Potter. Like you can see, there are it's a trivia game. Like you can see the cards on the sides of the game, and also the little towers of the houses in Hogwarts, and as well as some of the characters you can play in, you can use, and yeah.
and the trivia question.
That's awesome.
Also trivia questions and some other ones that
And
are
if
like
you lose, you go to
ask them as well.
Oh.
That's awesome, Tupac. Your board game design is like getting better and better all the time.
Yeah.
I feel like
cool.
maybe that's going to be something that you do for a long time. What's this?
This one is my board game. So we were in the same like online summer camp. So it was, board game. So mine is based on of Adventure Time. So I did like the different scenarios and everything. I still want to like work more on it so it looks better. But pretty much you guys have to work together to get to the end. And like and you get to certain points, and there's like scenarios like you have to fight the lich, or you have to save a princess or something. That way you can keep on moving. So I have like the cards, and every card has like a different scenario and a drawing on it. And
Cool.
It's a collaborative game.
Yes, I love collaborative games.
It's awesome. I see a lemon grab card over there, so I'm all in.
So Atson, I just heard about Adventure Time, and between you and me, I feel like it's going to be pretty big. I feel like it's catching on amongst the kids. What do you think?
Adventure Time is pretty awesome.
I'm investing. I'm investing heavily.
You know, like just lock Zach in his house till he watches all of it.
Yeah.
Sure, he would happily do it.
Robbie says, "Look out, Adam! You got competition in the game board, the local game board department."
I'm stoked. There's always room for more games.
He's gonna be a mentor, right?
That's right. Gonna make all the things.
Yeah.
What is this beautiful artwork we're looking at now?
We did a little gift for Casa de Paz. They did this special delivery for those that were released from the detention centers. So we did write something like welcoming for them.
So this is my mom's, and this is the one that I made.
That's beautiful. Did you guys use watercolor?
Yes.
Yes.
That's beautiful.
Playing with watercolor. What else?
And then, well, here's some more of my cards.
No.
There's still a lot that I have to do, but it's pretty much.
Is this also Adventure Time, Adson?
Yes, this is all Adventure Time.
Okay, thank you. I'm taking notes. Thank you.
Oh, nice. You got a Peppermint Butler card. Excellent.
So
Nice.
I also have done some.
Black Lives Matter posters.
Yeah.
That's cool. So what kind of materials did you guys use there? Because normally we'd have you in the space and we have like all of these things available, but since we can't have you in there, what have you been using?
So for these ones, we just used acrylic paint.
It was acrylic, and it was really like construction paper, I think.
Like the things we had at home.
Yeah.
Real simple. Good lesson too. You don't need laser cutters and 3D printers. Like, just need some imagination and some willpower, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. In a commitment.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the Plazo Kamati, which is in Nahuatl, gracias. That means thank you.
Naso Kamati means what?
Gracias.
Thank you.
It means gracias.
Yes.
It's quite a bit harder to remember, but I'm also taking notes on my Spanish, so thank you for that. Gracias.
Gracias. Muy bien.
Beautiful. Wow, you guys have been busier than we have. You've definitely made more than we
We
have.
have been like teaching technology classes for adults in Spanish, so they can support their kids to follow the online learning. This is with an organization that is Bridget Digital Device. And if I can make an app, they're also working with Mobility for All and doing free workshops for in Spanish so that people can get trained in how to use transportation apps, and they get credits. They get like free tickets for the RTD buses or the share rights credits, like $50 for this share rights credits. So the people learn how to use these apps, and in case that they need it, they also got some credits to use them.
And Adriana, is there a link to that program that we could post?
Yes, I'm not really sure. Well, actually, it is like if you go to the website from Mobility for All.
All racing each other to get the link.
I don't know that. I mean, that's the name of the program that is part of the. Well, it's from the Boulder County. And,
Okay. Yeah, looking through. Oh, is it the Technology Ambassador Program?
Yes.
That's it. I think I win. It's a long link.
digital device also is the technology classes for.
The
And
long link, but I'm going to post
we're
that. And
doing
Adam, I don't know if it's a good
actively
banner or not.
like one session for all the parents or any people that need some support on technology, either English or Spanish. There's volunteers helping on this. So we have many schedules, a lot of people is supporting. So it's like something good to share.
Cool.
Hmm.
Looks
That's
like we just
awesome.
dropped it into the chat. So rather than creating a banner that no one will be able to type, take a look to the chat, friends, and
It's a bit long, but yeah, it's in the chat. All right, what else are you guys working on?
Oh, we have done some poetry, video poetry.
Oh yeah.
Video poetry. Hello.
Yeah.
YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On is this does Atson finally, is she finally a YouTube star? Because we were all anticipating this.
I'm behind the cameras.
Yeah, she does.
Good to know.
Cool.
What's
is a helper.
Oh yeah.
So how do we find you on YouTube?
What do you say?
How do we find you on YouTube?
Oh, it is Luna Cultura. Yeah, that's the name of the YouTube channel.
Got it. Oh, Luna Culture. I like it. Cool. I'll see if I can find it.
Yeah.
I got it.
Nice.
Nice.
Oh.
I know we're all
Such skills.
The
That's
URL
awesome,
is
you guys.
beautiful, but
We have a teenager, like he's a freshman, so he's so busy.
He's too busy. That was going to be my last question. I was going to ask, how is the young college freshman doing? Is he learning on campus, off campus, both? Is it blended right now?
Yeah, this is more like a mixed, blended. Some remote, some online, and some in person.
Good. I'm sure he's not having any fun, but let him know. We're proud of him, and we're counting on him to be a shining example of not just an amazing family, but what an amazing family means to us, all of you guys. It's really great to see you.
Save us with engineering.
Please. And I think, like Adrian, I don't want to surprise you by saying this, but I think if anybody's watching, we want to give you a sincere thank you from the entire Boulder Public Library organization for helping us really thoroughly get involved in making sure that all of our content, as much as it possibly can be, is translated for the Latinx community in Boulder and everywhere else. And the work that you've done is pioneering as usual, and it takes a leadership role as usual, and elevates everybody that works with you as usual. So thank you so much for all of that work.
No, thank you because you're willing to do that.
It's a good partnership. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, last words. Atson, Tupac, anything to say to the YouTube world? All right. How about gracias y hasta meow meow. Thank you, guys. Great to see you. Keep up the good work. Keep making stuff. Good luck in school. Good luck with your scholarship or your grant program. And let us know how we can continue to help you guys change Boulder.
We'll do it together.
Let's do it together. Sure.
All right.
Cheers. Ciao. Hasta meow meow.
Awesome. All the cool stuff.
Love
I'm
those
excited
guys.
about those games. This is cool. Can't wait to see more of that get developed. Super rad. And I am a huge Adventure Time fan. I just speaks to me, honestly.
Emily, do you know about this Adventure Time?
yes.
Okay. I feel like I feel like
Zach,
I've got homework to do.
The humor is like right up your alley, honestly. Like there's so much good in it. Like it is so well put together, and the lore is like excellent. It's just excellent.
I've been told this about other series and their characters and their content, and I wanted to turn you guys onto this. Maybe as a signing off present, but there's this really great show called Parks and Rec, and I feel like you guys should watch it. There's a character on there named called Ronald Swanson, and I'm trying to figure out how appropriately compared to that person for years.
I'm writing this down.
Whoa, that
You should check it out.
Like what? You can't just flash this writing implement like as we're like closing. And I'm what was that?
What
Is
was
it a
that?
weapon or is it a pen?
It's like
What's
looks
the
like
difference?
some kind of crow quill, like angled business.
It's got to be Japanese. It's got to be.
Cool.
It's a Japanese calligraphy pen. Is that right?
The nib is a Nico. I do have another nib over here, which is a little different. Oh my!
And that was made from that one on our left looks like it was probably made from the bones of the non-calligraphers.
Probably.
Probably. The other one just looks like wood.
Yeah, this one was
Robbie,
hand turned.
wood.
This
Judges?
is a hand turned pen.
It's beautiful.
Thank you.
I will show you my calligraphic brushes sometime, which are
Sounds
purely
good.
decorative and meant to sort of disingenuously suggest to house guests that I am cultured and know how to calligraphy.
Well, I can't wait to write letters to you.
I'll paint letters to you. Typically, anytime I am watercolor painting in your presence, things go very well for me.
Yes. Yes, please. More. Yes, please. More.
That's great. Anybody in the wings, Adam? Do we have any thermometer builders tonight?
I don't think so. I think perhaps next week. I see Keith just made it into the comments just now. So hi, Keith.
Hi, Keith.
Excited to have you on the show whenever feels right. But I think that's all of our guests for the evening.
Sounds good. And if I'm not mistaken, we're gonna do this thing bi-weekly from now on, as our schedules have kind of tightened up and we're reprioritizing things a little bit. And that gives us a little bit more time to reach out to people if you're interested, and for people to ask us questions about how this works, which we're curious to figure that out ourselves. But if anybody's still watching, if you've got new projects, if you've been on the show before, if you have a friend that would like to join the show, please come on. It's an open show and tell. It's super fun. You get to meet people like the Lunas and Kitty Coke and see whatever Emily is up to these days. It's always something.
It's always something.
Yeah, just want to say, bring whatever kind of projects that you want, whether it's artwork, you're doing electronics, or you're doing woodworking, you're building robots in your garage. We totally want to see all of it. And we want to ask you questions and pick your brain about your process, and generally let the community get to know you. And if you've got some kind of commercial work that you're doing as well, this is your platform to get it out there. So please. The stage will be yours.
There are tens of people watching this potentially from time to time.
We're building an audience.
Great. Awesome to see you guys. Hello to Robbie out there. Good to see you all as much as I've seen you. Actually, I saw Adam in person earlier today through literally through a piece of glass. Like he was in a fishbowl, or I was the fish, and I was in the fishbowl. But always good to hang out with you guys.
Yeah, and happy holidays to all of you snow dwellers out here in Colorado. Get your sleds and skis and
jingle all the way.
Yeah.
all the
Sure,
way.
it'll be like 98 degrees by Friday, but
Yeah. Tank tops for the next show.
right. It'll be black, so I don't know.
The tank top? I
Yeah.
can't wait.
Wow. Yeah. On that note.
All right. Thanks, friends. See you next time.
See you guys.
Bye.